time to add some of those $20 words.
I just talk in $20 words. I don't need to add more. That's superfluous.
True. That is true.
I literally just did it unironically. Fuck me. Fuck. I hate my vocabulary sometimes.
That's what you get for reading. That's your fault.
Yeah. Fucking literate.
What? That's a wild take. Oh my god. Wild take. Fucking literate. Oh god.
Anyway, hi and welcome to Blink Bodies, a Vampire the Masquerade V5 tabletop and horror podcast. I'm your host Hunter, and I'm joined by...
I can't read. My name's John.
You can't read too good. My name is Sarah. Hello, I read too good.
I'm right in the middle.
Yeah, I was ironically very excited because some books showed up that I ordered like 2 months ago.
Hey.
And they just took forever to show up, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah, Mark Fisher. So excited. I'm like, I am an ass.
I think I read one of his books.
Yeah.
Or considered it.
He did the very famous essay, Exiting the Vampire Castle, like 2015-ish?
I have no idea.
It's okay. It's okay. Hi. Thing you might have an idea about is the episode we are doing this week. Is the audio good?
Yeah, I was just turning you up a little bit.
Heyo.
Heyo.
I wasn't loud enough.
Rare.
Rare.
Damn.
But
DM.
We're doing a new... It is rare because it's new. We're doing a new thing.
No.
So as we're winding down on the Vampire Clan Deep Dive series, we're starting up a new Deep Dive series, which is Locations in World of Darkness.
Hell yeah. So
this will be cities or locales of some notoriety or import in the World of Darkness canon.
Neat.
Yeah. So we're going to be covering IRL history of the cities, some things that are canon and WAD of the cities, maybe some, definitely some major NPCs and factions and things going on in the city, as well as like cultural notes and like plot hooks and things that you could like chuck into your game.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I like plot hooks. I like notes.
Uh-huh.
I like chucking things into games.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently you guys did that last week, and then nature tried to kill us yet again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sirens were so loud you could hear them in the recording.
I
Hell
listened
yeah.
to the last episode.
So that's
Holy
why
shit.
we cut early. We're like, we finished one of the two things we wanted to do. We should go.
Yep.
This is the second time this year God has tried to strike us down, but fuck off.
Can't stop us.
Can't stop, won't stop. So,
I will say
yes.
we should eventually do a deep dive for Detroit, though, because I had a lot of fun doing research for
Hell
that.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
Well,
fun.
the fun thing, because we will be, unfortunately, closing the polls soon for the clan deep dives, because we're almost done.
That's true.
We're almost done. So the new set of polls will be locations.
Locations.
So we can put Detroit on the poll list this time if you so desire.
Cool.
Nice.
I was going to try and mix it up and have the poll be a mix of U.S. and not U.S. cities, because not everything has to happen in America.
That's true.
Just a lot of it does, because that's where the authors live.
And we're back because this time the technocracy tried to fuck with us.
That's true.
God has tried to fuck with us. Nature has tried to fuck with us. The technocracy has tried to fuck with us.
God, Gaia, technocracy.
They're all coming after us.
We all have also very shitty luck, so we're passing around like the trauma baton, so somewhere a changeling is also fucking with
It's
us.
true.
We're becoming too powerful.
Gosh dang it. Stop it, guys.
I know. But, yeah. So, content warning, there will be discussions of cult, racism, war, and genocide, because, of course,
It's Indiana.
it's Indiana!
Yay.
Womp womp.
That's okay. Midwest supremacy. Sorry, guys. I had a lovely time in Boston with PAX East, but I'm still mad as fuck that I had to pay $30 for a mac and cheese with some fucking chicken on it. I'm like, this is... Mm-mm.
In this economy?
In this economy, with my Midwest dollars? Crazy. So sources for this episode will be Cult of the Blood Gods, Let the Street Run Red, Gehenna, The Final Night, Clan Book, Gangrel Revised, also some not WAD content, because I'm mentally well, as everybody knows. Indiana University, Indiana Geographical and Water Survey, the U.S. Department of the Interior, the U.S. Census Bureau, Integrated Public Use Microdata Series USA, Geodatos, Indiana Magazine of History, the Encyclopedia of Indianapolis, Indiana Department of Natural Resources, the American Library Association, the Indiana Historical Society, and the book Hoosiers, A New History of Indiana by James H. Madison.
Oh,
Interesting.
Hoosiers.
I'm excited for that water survey.
Hell yeah. It should be. It's riveting.
Oh my.
So maybe went a little hard in the paint on the history, but Vampire also deals with deep time, so I felt like I kind of had to.
Yeah.
So, anyways, meat of the episode, what we are doing. So, some location, basic information about Indianapolis, for those who do not know. We are located almost in the exact center of the state of Indiana. We're actually only 14 miles, which is 23 kilometers off from being dead center.
Go us.
Which, considering we were initially surveyed in the late 1700s with a guy with a stick.
Yeah.
I'm just like...
Pretty impressive.
Good job, guy with a stick. He comes back later.
Hey, guy with a stick.
Yay, stick man.
Good job.
Stickman.
Generally, a vampire probably doesn't like a guy with a stick.
Usually no.
But this guy
in
with
this
a
case,
stick.
got a
He's
stick.
a good guy.
Got a weight at the end of a string. Got a telescope.
Did he throw it?
Nah, it's part of surveying tools.
But he didn't throw it?
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't know how you survey. It could involve throwing.
I mean,
they use lasers now.
They do use lasers now. Now I'm thinking of the film Bordello of Blood, one of my favorite dumb vampire movies, but we don't have time for that right now. Indianapolis is 164 freedom units, which is 264 kilometers southeast of Chicago. And we are 107 miles north, which is 172 logic meters north of Louisville, Kentucky.
All right.
So, for those who need an idea of where the fuck this is, there you go.
There the fuck it is.
There the fuck it is. So some fun geography facts, because we all love a geography fact in our World of Darkness game.
They are useful.
They're weirdly useful.
They are very useful.
So the northern 2/3 of Indiana were buried under what is called the Laurentide ice sheet between 2.6 million to 11,700 years ago. So long geological time period of just ice.
We had ice.
Fuckload, yes.
Big millions
We had many millions of years before that shallow ocean, which is why there's like a fuckload of fossils and shit. I, as a child, had a hobby of like collecting fossils.
Yeah.
It's neat.
There's quite a few places actually in Indiana / the Midwest that you can like, there are just whole fields that you just like, I can't take a step without finding like 6 little fossils.
Like I know lots of folks that have like a side hustle of walking around construction sites or lake beds or quarries to look for fossils to like sell to collectors.
Right.
So, hey yo.
Neat stuff.
The importance of this ice sheet is that it formed what would later be the Great Lakes. Totally not important. There's nothing hidden in there. Don't worry about it.
So the Great Lakes were just dirt.
Yeah.
And then the ice was like, I make you lake.
Yes.
Very cool.
Science.
Thanks, Ice.
Thanks,
Ice. You did a great job, man.
It also flattened this chunk of the state and shoved a bunch of dirt and minerals and stuff in the southern half of the state, which is why the southern half of the state's all like hilly.
Could be, that's not so good move of ice. Not so nice.
I mean,
I guess we got like good fields and shit here, but I would like some sort of terrain.
You say that. I learned to drive in southern Indiana where there's a lot of fucking hills on a stick shift.
Yeah.
Which when you're a child, that's a lot.
Yeah. Because
you're like, oh, I gotta get into, I had to go from stop to first gear on a hill.
Yeah, it's stressful.
It's very stressful.
Uh-huh. That 18-hour drive that I did to pick up the car I'm driving now that was in Kentucky, I drove a stick shift truck there and back the whole time. And how often is it that you are in a mountain at a stoplight at like, a 20-degree angle or something like that?
20-30-degree angle, yeah.
And the person behind you doesn't understand that every stoplight that you have gone on, you have rocked back a little bit. So they just get right up on your ass and you're just like, buddy, I don't want to hit you, but there is not a way for me to not rock back a little bit.
Because you're shifting gears. Yeah, it'd be like that. Other thing that'd be like that is there's no natural major body of water for Indianapolis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much every other major city, they're by a harbor or a lake or a big river. Us, nah. Nope.
We were like, this is a good spot.
Yeah. There is a fork of the White River and several small / major creeks. But there's no major reservoirs outside of like a couple of man-made ones, but I'm not counting that.
Yeah.
And Indianapolis is the largest city in the U.S. not attached to a major body of water.
That's one of my favorite facts.
Yeah. Which everyone goes, what? And then they look at it and they go, fuck. Which has caused a slight problem with the design of the city. So for gamers who like to design cities, look at the map of Indianapolis. It's fucking insane because we have no water to stop us, so it's just spread out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the city itself takes up the entirety of Marion County, which is, like, that 465 ring. And then we've also been, like, incorporated all, like, a bunch of the attached counties.
Yeah.
Huge. It is an insane amount. Like, the landmass that Indianapolis and its, like, adjoining areas covers might rival micronations in Europe. Depending on how things are being measured. Like, it's huge.
Yeah. We definitely sprawl out. We don't go up. Instead, we go out.
Downtown go up, but no, normally we go out.
Yeah. Yeah. I've had to learn the bounties of Marion County relatively well because of work. Mm-hmm. And I'm always shocked because people will be like, I live in Canby. And I'm like, that's not. Sorry, pal. You're not in the county.
You're not in the county proper. Like, you're in the metropolitan area, but like.
But then they're in the county still somehow. Yeah. They're like.
Yeah. Oh.
The county has parts of Canby, has like parts of Beach Grove, has all these
that was making me lose my mind during the
wild.
research because there's two major Indianapolis metropolitan things that are used to do the census counts for the city. So trying to get the census data that was 2 hours of me going, which data set
Which one is right?
So I found one that seemed to be the most. I decided to go with the most up to date date.
Okay, cool.
So that's what I ended up on, guys. So, per the U.S. 2020 census, because the U.S., per the Constitution, as long as we have it, every 10 years we do a census. Last one was 2020. So, according to that...
That's if they keep it on an even year like that.
Yeah, right? One of the nice things about the Enlightenment is occasionally they do things on round numbers, and you're just like, oh, that's satisfying.
Great job.
Hell yeah. But the total population of Indianapolis per 2020 was 887,642 people.
That's a lot of people.
Per the census. Yeah.
That's still a lot of people.
Per the Integrated Public Use Microdata Series USA, which is a website, and I found it really interesting for demographics, because it's a metadata website, so they collect data from lots of different sources and then compile it and give you relatively up-to-date and pretty well-sourced information. So if you're building cities in WAD, good resource, like them. But per 2021, which was the most recent good data I could find, the population of Indianapolis was approximately 970,000 people, which that will flux a lot depending on conventions.
Yeah.
It's big.
Yeah.
And
during the race, during conventions.
Conventions, sports games.
This weekend is going to be insane.
Yeah,
it is the race and the NBA finals on the same day in the same city.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
We are nuts.
Yeah.
We are a fucking insane city.
Pacers versus Knicks, games 3. I hope the Knicks continue to suffer. We shall see when this episode comes out. It'll be
an interesting time. We also have the Wienermobiles racing at the racetrack.
Yeah, I think that's happening today.
Hell yeah.
It's happening before the race.
Culture.
I think the Wiener race is today.
I completely forgot about the race, and I was like, man, why is there so much traffic on my way here? This is weird. Things are making sense.
It's also Memorial Day weekend, so people just travel.
Well, the race always happens on Memorial Weekend.
I'm just saying, but there's also non-race traffic. Yeah. It's just holiday traffic, too.
Yeah. We'll talk more about the economy for here towards the end, which is also a very fun thing, I think, for WAD. Demographics for Indianapolis, so people know. Northern European white folks make up 47% of the city, of the local populace, which means we are technically a minority-majority city now. Ew! You know, that thing what people get freaked out about.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's funny. But anyways, African Americans make up 27%. Mixed race folks make up 7.58%. Mexicans make up 6.7%. Hey yo. Jewish community makes up 1.8%. The Italians make up 1.7%. The chart that I looked up did specifically separate Northern European whites from Italians and then other Southern European folks for some fuck reason. A little pinch. Little spaghetti hand. People cannot see that, John.
Oh, yeah. Whoops.
The Burmese population makes up 1.6%.
Wow.
I know we have a decent Asian population in the city, but I didn't realize it was Burmese specifically.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
that's neat.
Neat. African population, which half of this community is Nigerian specifically, is 1.14% of the city. India, as in from India, makes up 1%, and the indigenous Native American population makes up 0.36%.
Wild for a place like called Indiana.
the land of Indians.
Yeah.
In the city, Indianapolis, the metropolis of Indians.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got fucking hardly any of them. Imagine my horror moving to the United States to the land of Indians, and I didn't see fucking one for a long time, and I went, where'd you put them? And no one would answer me, which was more horrifying than the lack of them.
Yeah.
It was very, like, you know that thing in It where the kids are experiencing the horror clown and they try to talk to the adults and they just, like, don't respond? Yeah, it was like that, except it was genocide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also have a huge student population,
Yeah.
so that doesn't necessarily represent a lot of the actual community we have. We have a large Indian and Asian population that are just here for our schools, so they're not actually citizens of the state, but they're residents here.
Yeah, we have a decent amount of, like, universities and there's some bigger businesses, particularly like pharmaceuticals, that people come and work for. Michigan has the highest population of Middle Eastern and Muslim communities, and a lot of those folks are slowly moving down into our city as well. And I'm like, I live in a neighborhood where there's, it's mostly African Americans and Latin folks, but there's like a little sliver of like Sikh people, which is kind of dope. Very pleasant man that I go and get my donkeys from is like him and his whole Sikh family run the donkeys, and
nice.
just like they're just pleasant as shit. Hell yeah. So I know everyone goes, Indiana, it's cornbread white folks, and I'm like, most of the state, yes. Indianapolis, definitely not.
Yeah.
We're a lot more diverse. Could be better, but you know, ayo, that's us.
That is us.
I somehow deleted the religious stats, basically, because
it's rough.
It's interesting. For Indianapolis, and I'm bringing it up specifically because we are a ministry city in the canon, so I have to talk about the religion. We're a predominantly Protestant Christian city. There's like 13% of the population's like Catholic. 20% of the city identifies as non-religious. We have a pretty sizable Muslim community, and then we have a Hindu temple. There's a couple of Tibetan monasteries in and around the city. The Dalai Lama's family lives in Bloomington, Indiana, so there's some like Tibetan Buddhist stuff in Indianapolis by extension for that.
Cool.
So there's been a lot of faiths and things. I believe Zionsville, which is not officially part of Indianapolis, but is like an adjacent suburb community, has like the highest amount of churches per capita in the United States.
Crazy.
It's fucking stupid.
It's called Land of God for a reason.
Yeah.
It's really cool. There's a reggae radio station out of there.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's a radio station that has a reggae night, but the guy gets real excited. He's like, live from the land of Zionsville! Like, yells it real loud.
Is it actually a Jamaican guy, though?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, thank God. Okay, I was about to be like, no!
To my untrained ear.
Yeah, Zionsville's definitely one of those places that a white person would do that, and everyone would be like, it's charming! And I'm like, not really, but okay. I'm like, please be a Jamaican guy doing that.
You know, his heart's in the right place either way.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's the makeup of the city. Earliest human records in the area. Indigenous artifacts have been documented in the region of the Midwest dating back to 10,000 BCE. So, you know, watch when Cain became the thing he is. Supposedly. Could be back in further deeper times, too. There has been recent archaeological evidence that have put humans on the North American continent, I believe, 15 to 17,000 BCE at this point, due to new archaeological evidence. But that's all on the West Coast, far away from us. So,
get out of here.
Get out of here. Midwest supremacy. I'm gonna say that because I paid way too much for food that entire weekend. While there are, in Indianapolis, around 1,000 archaeological dig sites, none of them have been synthesized into, like, a data set yet, so we just have boxes of artifacts of indigenous people that we're just kind of like,
Just got it in a box.
Well, we got that big museum.
We do have the Idol Jorg, which
is pretty cool.
Is dope.
And I'm sure that they have a lot of stuff in their back halls and storage areas.
Yeah. The Idol Jorg is canon per World of Darkness now, which is cool.
Really?
It's got a little note in there. I'm not going to give spoilers because it's part of a module. But if you are ever in Indianapolis for whatever reason, even if it's just Gen Con, I do highly recommend going to the Idol Jorg because it's a cool, like, one cool museum. You're supporting indigenous artists because I believe they have, like, bead workshops and they hire, like, actual contemporary living artists to go do stuff in residency there. And then 3, if you're here for a convention and you're overstimmied, it's a cool place that's like not as busy.
The grounds are really nice.
Yeah, and they got those dope ass deer statues.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen the deer statues.
There was one time I was getting on the deer statues. I was on top of one of the deer,
Mhm.
and I was doing like pin-up poses and giggling about it. This was after Gen Con, and it was very,
Mhm.
very late. Or no, it was after a game, and it was very,
Mm.
very late, and I had drinks. And I was doing these like pin-up poses, giggling about it with my friends, and then this dude in like a tux. Have I told you guys this story already?
Maybe.
I don't
And then
know.
this dude in a tux and this lady in what looks like a wedding gown come up, and I see them and I go, oh, and I try to like get off and almost fall, and then both of them are like, no, 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 do your thing. And so I
We like
climbed back
watching.
up. Yeah, I climbed back up there, and we got a couple more pictures,
Ayo.
and then they were like, stay there, and they actually got a picture with me going.
Aw, that's super fun.
Yeah, it was really cute.
You're in someone's wedding photo.
Yeah.
Continuing back on. Archaeological sites have been documented across the state of Indiana, as well as the adjoining Midwest Great Lakes states. Unfortunately, these records are poor. The sites have often been destroyed by development and are overall currently poorly maintained. There actually are some decent efforts within the Indiana Department of Resources now to try to preserve our sites and give resources to locals to be like, hey, if you see anything or see somebody fucking with something, stop that. Let us know. We're trying to we've been monsters for centuries. We're trying to not be now. Ugh. So I was like, oh, cool. So if you want to do some amateur archaeology thing in the Midwest, there's resources for that now, which is kind of cool.
I like playing in dirt.
Yeah. It's like, don't dig up mounds. Please do not. If you see one or you suspect one, get a hold of the DNR first, and
Yeah.
they'll get you to an expert.
Yeah.
Please do not desecrate graves. Holy shit, do not do that.
What's even
It's
the
pretty
point of being
rude.
an archaeologist? You can't desecrate a grave. It's like 90% of it.
There's... Yeah, asterisks, it's a little different with the American indigenous community, because reasons that I don't have time for right now, and I might, yeah. Anyways, before I put my foot in my mouth, the Midwest region appears to have been a trade and religious significant area for various tribes for hundreds of years. The Adena, Hopewell, and Mississippian cultures have built earthworks and mounds for religious and funerary significance, both in Indiana and Ohio and Illinois and Michigan and Kentucky. So there's cool, if you're ever in the area and you want to see cool earthwork things, we have sites that are cool, that are safe for you to go visit.
Do it. I dare you.
A lot of them, unfortunately, have been bulldozed and have houses on them now, which is unfortunate.
That's true.
But in their heyday, these sites were a major draw for all sorts of tribes. For indeterminate reasons, we don't really have the records for them, unfortunately.
I wonder why.
Or the cultural context to explain it anymore. But sites like the Great Earth Circles in Ohio, and then some of the ones here, have found trade goods as far away as the Yellowstone Caldera and the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, wow.
So people took big walk.
Yeah.
For our non-American listeners, walk across the entirety of your continent to bring a cool rock.
I mean, rocks are fucking cool.
The rocks are fucking cool. So, yeah. But in an attempt to try and be respectful to the history of our area, there are a plethora of tribes that have existed and traveled through our area, but the predominant local ones were the Miami, the Lenape, which are also known as the Delaware. I'm not sure which one of those terms is the correct one I should be using, because sites kept giving me both. Y'all tell me. There's also the Potawatomi and the Shawnee, were the main tribes in our state. So, hey guys, sorry. The earliest records of tribes interacting with Westerners came from French settlers who worked and traded mostly in furs. That was kind of the big thing. And some of them also intermarried with the indigenous communities as early as the 1600s. It's the reason why in a lot of Indiana we have French place names, because the French kind of popped in first and they were like, give us your beaver, and also, hey girl.
That's true. But then we at least now we have, it seems almost purposefully butchered all of them.
Oh,
which
out of
is
spite.
Really, really funny, kind of.
It just sometimes it drives me insane, because there's Terre Haute, which is like close to how you would say it in French.
There's Versailles.
Spelled
Versailles.
Du Bois.
Yeah, Du Bois.
Like
That's in Iowa, too.
Yeah.
They call it Du Bois.
The Du Bois. Which I hate that, but it's also, it kind of comes around to being a pun, because it's like, oh yeah, Du Bois! Hey! Oh god, I'm trying to think of some other, Lafayette.
Mm-hmm.
named for the famous general. People forgot about that, and then the musical happened. And they went, "Oh, it's that guy," and I'm like, "Yes, dipshit."
There's a music.
Yes, unfortunately.
French lick.
That's just funny every time. There's a spa there.
There
by
is.
the way.
French lick spa.
Yeah, you can go get fancy water and a train ride.
At the spa?
Yes.
You can get a train ride at the spa?
You
There's
get-
also a casino there
Yeah.
because gambling is legal on the water. So they just built a boat that just sits there permanently. You can gamble on.
Hell yeah.
Our state's so fucking stupid because of religious nonsense. We'll get into that.
Yep.
But that's one of them. We're like, you can't gamble in God's land, but if I'm on the water, they're like, shit. Got him.
It's not God's land.
Yeah.
Ah!
So, speaking of the Beaver Wars. Sorry, John just looked off into the middle.
The what?
The Beaver Wars.
Hell yes.
It's not a hell yes, but
Oh.
it's also a hell yes. It's a hell yeah and a hell not. But
Oh, man.
during the 1700s, there was a series of conflicts that would push out many tribes from this land due to trade and land disputes. But there was also a lot of like indigenous resistance, being like, "I live here, fuck off."
Yeah.
And then due to the plague that we brought and guns and just being an asshole,
Yeah.
didn't work, unfortunately. But this also coincides with the French and Indian Wars, so those who are kind of a little bit aware of world history things. But we specifically had the Beaver Wars because we were trading with beaver pelts. I just my perverted brain just kept being like, beaver, huh? This is what we're going with? Okay.
It's just like Troy.
Yeah. Typically, the local tribes were aided by the French. There was a conflicts also with intertribal conflicts because a thing that was happening was tribes from the East Coast that were getting fucked by settlers would get either employed by or pushed to our area, and then they'd run into the locals, and the locals were like, "Hey, what the fuck?" And this is one of those cases where the Haudenosaunee, which unfortunately people refer to them as the Iroquois, and I'm like, don't do that. They don't like that. Those folks were backed by the English and the Dutch, and they would be in conflict with locals here too. So it was a multifaceted clusterfuck of a situation with a very funny name.
Yeah, it's a very funny name.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a bummer of a situation.
Yeah.
I was really hoping it was going to be like the Emu Wars.
Yeah.
Where we're having to fight off beavers and shit.
Yeah.
That'd be really funny.
Yeah. No.
No, it wasn't that.
It's one of the few times we get to enjoy when something's called, oh, this is a silly name. What horrors is it hiding? With the Emo Wars, it's like, no, it's just silly the whole way down.
Yeah. Damn it.
Yeah. So, the Beaver Wars were also just part of the wider French and Indian Wars, which was also the wider conflict of the 7 Years' War, which actually took 9 years. And that was all set up for the American Revolution, which we're not going to talk about, because Indiana didn't really participate in that terribly much, because we were a territory, and we were the woods, so no one gave a shit.
We were the woods.
Yeah. But the French and Indian Wars was like a proxy war between the British and the French that did happen over here, and there was conflicts that happened with that. Blech. Anyways, the Treaty of Paris in 1783 pushed all of the British land holdings east of the Mississippi River, so between the Appalachian Mountains and the river. That land was ceded to the United States federal government.
Great job, guys.
Ew.
Look at us.
That totally wasn't the British cutting their losses and going, you know what? No, you guys can run this. We'll still be trade partners with you and take all your money, but we're not going to run this. Fuck you. Anyways, but cool thing that did happen in the area was Tecumseh's Confederation. The Shawnee leaders, Tecumseh and his brother, I can never get this man's name right, Tenskwatawa, I think.
Sure. I like it.
I can get Tecumseh. I got that one. I'm sorry, man. I'm trying. But they built a confederation union of various native tribes all across the eastern half of the United States as a way to push back against the various treaties and removals being done by the U.S. federal government. Their outreach spread as far as New York, Florida, Minnesota, and up into Canada.
Hell yeah.
They also got some support from the British government as part of the efforts against the U.S. during the War of 1812. A lot of proxy wars.
Yeah.
Not going to get into the intricacies of the War of 1812, but needless to say, the aftermath of that did not bode well for the indigenous population.
Nope.
Indiana became a state in 1816, and with the Treaty of St. Mary's, a lot of tribal lands throughout central Indiana were taken as part of the territory of the state of Indiana as of 1818. So, yeah. The Indian Removal Act, pushed by President Jackson, forcibly relocated and death marched several tribes through the 1830s and 1840s. Indiana specifically had what was known as the Trail of Death, which pushed nearly all of the indigenous residents out, leaving a smattering of families and individuals in the territory. Like, literally dropped the numbers down to around 100. Which is bananas. Bananas. It's also bananas because we just started immediately building shit in Indianapolis, like, the second fuckers got pushed out.
Damn.
Like, it's crazy. Like, the timeline.
We were like, yeet, alright, build.
Yes.
Shit.
Unironically. So, Indianapolis became the governmental locale for the state as of December 31st, 1821, and became an incorporated proper city March 30th, 1847. So, during all of that Indian removal, we're just like, no, okay, city.
Okay.
Yeah! So, the city was surveyed for construction by Elias Pym Fordham. Elias Pym Fordham. That sounds like a character from Magnus Archives.
It does.
And then our lad of the hour, Alexander Ralstrom.
Ralstrom.
With Ralstrom designing the city center. We're putting a pin on this.
Ralstrom.
Ralstrom comes back.
Yeah.
The Indianapolis Union Station was the world's first Union Railway station, built in 1848.
Hey.
It's now a gigantic lobby and convention center. It's cool to be in, but it's like, oh, you guys built that, like, immediately. Holy shit. Turnaround was so quick. Indianapolis would become a major hub of the Union during the Civil War that we had. You know, what with the slavery and the emancipation and all that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was we were a big hub on that. Indianapolis Super was like, we fucking love Abe Lincoln. We fucking hate Confederates.
Hell yeah.
Which is kind of fun.
And to this day, all the Confederate graves in Crown Point Cemetery have to be on video surveillance 24/7.
Well, it's because people keep peeing on them, and rightfully so.
Yep.
So, once the war really got underway with the Civil War, Indianapolis became a major HQ for the Union forces. Within the first week of the HQ being opened, 12,000 volunteers just showed the fuck up within the first week.
Damn.
We were just like, nah, not on my watch. No.
I like it.
Which is fun.
Good job, guys.
So along with supply lines and training, Indianapolis held many medical facilities as well as Camp Morton, the largest prisoner of war camp during the Civil War in the nation.
Oh.
So yeah, if you're in the Confederacy, we caught you. They're just like, put him in Morton.
Put him in Morton.
Who is named after our governor at the time, because our governor was really about that shit.
Damn.
He was just like, nope. Also, fun fact with Indianapolis, Richard Jordan Gatling invented and tested the Gatling gun in Indianapolis to be used during the Civil War.
Yeah! Let's go, boy!
Let's go, boy! It was only facilitated by the Navy during the Civil War and got implemented by the Army after the war. But yeah, war crimes. Choo-choo. Just the beginnings of modern warfare really rooted in our city in ways that you're like, wait, you what, mate? Oh, what?
I mean, it's awful, but it's kind of cool.
It's also, it's
kind of a cool piece of history.
It is a cool piece of history.
Also, guns are neat. Let's be real.
The science of guns is cool.
Yeah.
What they're used for is fucking
not so great. No. Yeah, not so great.
So during also the Civil War, there was a big pushback by the Democrats in the state legislature. For those who do not know or do not remember, during the Civil War, the Democrats were the bad racist conservatives, and the Republicans were like the uber lefty give people rights party. That flip happens in the early 20th century, so I'm sorry if there's confusion. But that's how it was. So the racist Democrats of that time period were like, boo, we don't like this. We took over the state legislature. And they actually got into such heated debates about emancipation, military service, and the draft, and like letting African Americans serve in the military and all that kind of shit, that they tried to start a riot and actually like carried weapons into the downtown area and State House. And the governor went, nah, quashed that shit with the National Guard. It was called the Battles of Pogues Run.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then the Democrats just still like held the legislature, and they would not pass a funding bill for the states. The governor went, fuck this. Hey, federal government, Lincoln, my boy, how many loans to pay off my shit until the war's over? And I'm like, hell yeah. There's no mirroring of that happening now in our state, where things are happening in Indianapolis that are cool, and then the state legislature's like, boo.
Yeah. It's kind of just, it started like that and it just hasn't stopped like that.
Will not stop, and it drives me insane. But Indianapolis is said to have had its major glory heyday during the Gilded Age, so like that late 1800s, early 1900s, where there was all the industry. So that was like the height of us being an agricultural hub, including a bunch of large mills and meat productions. There's the whole catacombs under the city markets where the old meat market used to be.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cool, ooky spooky place. We used to be a major hub for the auto industry. I know there's like some manufacturing still, but like not really.
Yeah, there's multiple towns in Indiana that are like, used to be prominent, like Anderson, where I grew up. Used to be on a list during the Cold War of like very, very, very probable and possible targets.
Yeah. Because of like the industry, yeah.
Because of how much industry was there. Mm-hmm. Now it's essentially just a dead town.
It's a dead town with like a Christian college on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also major industries in Indianapolis was pharmaceutical and beauty.
Mm-hmm.
So Eli Lilly was general, became pharmaceutical guy. Fucking wigged me out being in Boston and seeing an Eli Lilly building.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know they're based out of here, and I'm used to seeing the building here. And I was like, oh, shit, you guys are in other places, too. Shit, I didn't even think about that.
They let you leave? What?
What? Weird. I was like, I can't escape it. But the other beauty industry thing I thought was cool was Madam C.J. Walker. She was the first woman self-made millionaire in American history, and she is a black woman who pioneered the black beauty industry in the 1800s.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And like, she's cool as shit.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, there's some photos of her just like balling out, and like,
she's a badass.
She's fucking absolute badass, and I'm just like, hell yeah. Reasons, we'll get into the reasons why she was centered here in a bit. But I'm just kind of like, hell yeah, girl, work. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway was built in 1909, with the first Indianapolis 500 happening in 1913.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize it had been going on this long. That's wild.
For so long.
Yeah.
And before that, Indianapolis was also a hub of the bicycling craze, because the Victorians fucking love bicycles. So we had a big bicycle race, and I'm spacing on the name of the gentleman, but the first guy to win the Indianapolis bicycle race was also a black guy.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. I feel... You can Google this. I know it's on a wiki page somewhere. I read this and was like, it's cool, but the script is too long, so I had to get rid of the bike race, but I talked about it anyways. Whoops.
Aha.
We had plans for a World War memorial that began in 1919, for the Great War, the war to end all wars. It did not complete construction until after World War II, because we ran out of men to build it, because they were fighting in the Second War.
Yep.
And so we went, oh, fuck, we had a second one, so it's the World's War Memorial. Just like, yep.
Just added.
We got two of them there.
Yeah. If you do go to the World's War Memorial, it's really, really cool, but it has a military history museum built in for every conflict the United States government has been in. There is a really what the fuck section just for 9/11. I will warn you. Because I was going through it once for like a college, like fine art history thing, because we were talking about like the architecture of the monument.
Sure.
And then the museum guides were like, hey, class, do you want to go on a tour of the actual museum and not just talk about the building? And we're like, fuck yeah. So we're going through, like, all of the war sections. There's a Vietnam section where they have, like, a helicopter and they show, like, how the pits were built by the Viet Cong and stuff. And then you turn the corner and I start hearing the echoing voice of George W. Bush. And I went, no, I don't like this. And then you go around the corner and you're just like, oh, there's a whole section on fucking 9/11 in here. And they have like metal from the site and like video on loop of the event. And I'm the only millennial in that class. So I'm sitting here going, oh, this is not a good time for me.
Just get the 1,000-yard stare.
I was just trying to not be mad as shit about George W. Bush massacring 1 million Iraqis.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying to keep that in check. I was like, shut the fuck up. Now's not the time. Shut the fuck up. But I was with a bunch of Zoomers, and a lot of them were just like, oh, that's where the meme comes from.
God damn it.
And I'm like, yeah, it does. Mostly that happens around, so you know the meme of George W. Bush reading the book about the goats to the kids, and the guy comes and leans in. That's the one where the kids go, that's where the meme's from? And I'm like, yeah. Yeah.
It's a bummer of a meme, but also hella funny.
It's super funny, but god damn it. Also during the Gilded Age, Indianapolis officially becomes a major transport hub with trains and motorways, all passing through the city, mirroring the spokes of a wagon wheel, and we become officially the crossroads of America.
Go us.
Go us.
Yay.
I've joked for years, it's like, yeah, we're the crossroads of America because people want to get the fuck out.
Well, now they're trying to get back in.
Yeah, because fucking cheap as shit here.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little section here where we be talking about racial tensions. It is important beyond, just actually being important. It also ties into, like, a lot of the demographics and kind of the tensions in the city, and I've noticed some of this is mirrored also in the WOD content for the city, so I have to talk about it. If you don't have the brains for it right now, I get it and I respect you. But, good news! Indianapolis was one of the major hubs along the Underground Railroad.
Hell yeah.
So good news for us. But due to that, we became the leading metropolitan area for black people in the United States north of the Mason-Dixon line, basically until the Great Migration. When, due to Jim Crow and all of that, lots of people from the South were like, fuck this, and moved north. So, yeah, we were the black city.
Nice.
For a while. And that's partially why, compared to the rest of the state, Indianapolis, you go, a lot of culture here. And you're like, yep.
Yeah.
There's a reason. So, with that as the baseline, we also had a backlash to that. So during the second revival of the Klan, which happened like 1910s through like the 1930s, that was just a big problem nationwide. It almost paralleled some of the fascist movements that were happening at the time, but I don't have time to talk about that right now.
For anyone not knowledgeable on that, the Klan is the Ku Klux Klan, the KKK, the hate group.
Yeah, the bedsheet motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Not a cool type of clan.
No.
Not a World of Warcraft type clan.
Not a World of Warcraft. We have a registered tartan clan. No. The guys you kill in Red Dead 2, guys.
That's like one of my favorite parts.
It's part of the reason I finally got around to downloading Red Dead 2. I'm just like, what are you gonna do? I'm just here to kill guy. If it's all white, it's on site. That's my play.
I should play that game. I just hated the horse controls and I gave up.
They were kind of frustrating.
The bad thing is with my recent attempts at playing Red Dead 2, because I've played so much Mass Effect, I keep piloting Arthur Morgan like he's Shepard. Like I have a shield.
You don't.
I don't. But the weird thing, the tactic has been working because I'm just running up on people with a shotgun and poof. So I'm like, oh yeah, so at least where I am in the game so far, I think as long as I just run up and massacre immediately, I'm not going to have to deal with getting shot. So,
later on in the game, when you get mobs, that might be harder.
Yeah. I'll have to retrain myself to be like, I don't have it. Arthur does not have a shield. Sarah, stop. He's got a cool hat, but nothing else.
That hat can be taken away, too.
I know. I'm going to be so mad when that happens. But yeah. So with the revival of the Klan, boo, there was a big upswing of that within Indianapolis, unfortunately, which resulted in, during the 1920s, roughly 40% of the local white-born male population claimed to have membership with the Klan.
Ugh.
Which is wild.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's like, hey guys, could you imagine 40% of one demographic being in a fucked up cult? Spooky.
That's a lot.
A lot! Though, unfortunately but fortunately, so the Grand Wizard of Indiana, D.C. Stevenson, which, by the way, when you see a photo of this chinless fuck, he's one of those guys you see a photo of him and go like, oh yeah, he's racist. He's got, like, no eyebrows, and, like, got that fucked up jawline where there's no jawline, but he's still got the cleft of a chin.
Oh.
Yeah! Just that doughy motherfucker look. Like, awful. Boo. Bad person. He's also... unfortunately, a sexual assaulter and a murderer who was convicted in the 1920s. That's how bad he was at this.
Damn.
Yeah. He did murder a white woman, which is when he got caught, so I don't know if he harmed anybody else. I'm assuming he did, because it was the 20s. But with his downfall, that caused the kicking of the log of the rot within the infrastructure of the city, and a bunch of city officials who were in the Klan got exposed and removed.
Yay!
Due to, bribery and all of that stuff. And led to the Klan being dissolved in the state of Indiana in 1944. I am aware that there are, outside of Indianapolis, hate groups that still exist, because they keep coming to our fucking city and doing goofy fucking protests, and I'm gonna fucking smack them. I'm still mad I missed the fucking... Oh god, what are those dumb fucks that wear the khaki and then the blue shirt? Patriot Front, those guys. Like, last time they came through the city, I just missed them, and I'm like, god damn it. If I had been a little slower, I could have bullied an incel. Anyways, other racial uh-ohs. Hi, Jim Jones is from our area.
Yay!
Yay!
Finally something fun to talk
Finally something fun to talk about. Yeah! So So Jim Jones, originally from Lynn, Indiana, was in Richmond, came to Indianapolis to start People's Temple as a church that focused on integrating the black and the white communities in harmony. It's mostly very unfortunate that Jim Jones was a bastard man, cult leader, and terrible person. And he abused people's desire for community harmony and all that stuff for his own ego and power gains and all that shit. Because he did a lot of work for civil rights in the city. Like, a lot. So it's just, it sucks that you're just like, oh, you fuck. Like, guy, I don't have time to get into Jim Jones. If you want a deep dive on Jim Jones, last podcast on the left did a really good series.
Yeah.
Go listen to that.
Watch out for the recordings.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
Oh, yeah, the recordings from Guyana. Yeah, it's spooky shit. Don't recommend it.
But if you got that, the stomach for it right now, they are very good episodes that last podcast did.
Yeah, I used to live in a neighborhood that was like a 5-minute walk from where the original People's Temple Church is.
Nice.
So that was kind of like the Indiana Historical Society has done a really good job of like recording all of his activity and documenting it in the city, including the notes about him being a door-to-door monkey salesman.
Yeah.
I just haven't had the spoons to go through like the local papers to find his ads. I know they have to exist.
Right.
I'm like, I don't have the spoon to go through that microfiche. Pay me and I'll figure it out. But eventually he got in trouble for corruption and doing fucked up shit, and then he fled to California and then got into beef with Dianne Feinstein and then went to Guyana and did a mass homicide. Boo.
Yeah, boo.
Bad man. Kind of cool and chill guy, RFK. The original one, not Junior. Junior could fuck off. But his dad, cool guy, was in Indianapolis the day Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. Boo. Bad time. But
disagree.
RFK...
As in, I disagree with that decision, not that it was a bad time.
Yeah, it was a very bad time. But
yes, agree with that.
Yes. So RFK happened to be in Indianapolis when that event happened, and there's a very famous speech he gave in Indianapolis announcing the assassination to a portion of the black community here in Indy, and gave a very empathetic plea for, like, unity through tragedy and all this kind of stuff. You can go watch and listen to the speech for free. It's in the public domain. It's honestly really good.
Bet you can find it on YouTube.
YouTube. It's also on the Wikipedia page for the event. Like, the speech has its own Wikipedia page.
Nice.
So it's all there. What I did not know was that he did this speech at the corner of 17th and Broadway.
Oh, really?
Huh. Yeah, so when I was living at the secret location punk house, I was blocks up the street from when he did that speech, which makes me go, that park down the road makes more sense, because there's this little park a little bit down Broadway where they have big monuments to Martin Luther King Jr., and I was like, okay, I did think about it at the time outside of like, we live in a predominantly black neighborhood. Having a park with monuments dedicated to MLK Jr. makes sense. Okay, cool. That's basically where RFK did that speech.
Cool.
Was there. And I'm like, oh, that's neat. Being attached to history is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, RFK was assassinated 2 months after that speech.
Womp.
Yeah. Huzzah. And I'm not going to get into super details of this, but Indianapolis had its own George Floyd and also Drejon Reed protest in 2020 that lasted for 2+ weeks. There was some violence. National Guard was called in. I participated in that. It was a time.
I got tear gassed.
Me too.
Yeah.
I testified to the ACLU, or as on behalf of with the ACLU here locally, to sue the IMPD for misappropriating tear gas and our Fourth Amendment rights and various other things. And then the police settled out of court.
Yep.
So I didn't have to go testify.
Yep.
But I gave a deposition. It's important to participate in local activity things. So, these are issues that still exist in the city in various ways. I'll let you all decide at your tables how much you want to calibrate those topics at your table. I just wanted to be like, hi, they exist here too. It's just something I know a lot of people don't think about because Indiana is such a... We get perceived in the media as just being like cornfield and basketball in the 1950s, yeehaw.
Yeah.
Or we're the backdrop for an episode of Supernatural, Sam and Dean Winchester, where there's like a demon in a well. And that's like all people know about us. Or Stranger Things. Or A Christmas Story. That's kind of all anybody knows about anything. So I'm just like, hey guys, there's a lot going on.
I will say, they're kind of right about the basketball.
They
People
are
are really into basketball.
People are
This is true.
people here are super into sports, which I'll get into because now we're talking about contemporary things. So contemporary Indianapolis, our industry has focused from manufacturing and all that stuff more to entertainment and hospitality. That's like a big thing we do here outside of the downtown area, having some major businesses that still like Fortune 500 company, like big businesses.
Like Eli Lilly.
Yeah. There's a couple of big businesses down there, but our big money things is hospitality, sports. Like we have racing, football, basketball, baseball. We're also apparently like the nation's capital for amateur sporting events.
Huh.
So just like that weird stuff you see on like ESPN Ocho, like the goofy shit. A lot of that happens here.
That's neat.
I know we have like some Olympic offices for various, like the swim team and the gymnastics team. I think their offices are downtown. Yeah. So lots of weird conventions. We are built for conventions.
We have one of the, I don't know if it still is, but it's one of the world's best children's museums.
Yeah, Children's Museum's dope as shit.
Yeah.
So if you want to have a spooky vampire meeting with like big dinosaur statues in the background, that could be fun.
Or make it even more unsettling and put it in like the, what was it? It was called like Ice Town last time I went there. It was like a Christmas themed little like activity / play area for kids.
Yeah.
How unsettling would it be to have a vampire meeting there?
Children's Museum changes up their themes a lot. They're going to be getting a display about Afrofuturism here soon. So they're having costumes from the Black Panther films.
Nice.
At the museum, which is like kind of cool shit. Yeah, I was gonna say big convention. So Gen Con is obviously because gaming. That's our big thing. But there's also lots of smaller gaming conventions. Future Farmers of America. I'm trying to think of the other. Midwest Furfest is also a gigantic con that happens here.
I mean, it's kind of terrifying, but the Indy 1500, which is a gun and knife show, is huge.
Yeah.
It's not as big as like anything past the Mississippi, but I think it's the largest one on this side of the Mississippi, or one of them.
Like the way the city is built up now, because everything is so set up for like the hospitality and the conventions thing, we can have literally hundreds of thousands of people pile in and leave, and the residents have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. Oh, yeah. The Indiana Black Expo is also, like, one of the biggest music fests and, like, biggest African-American, like, cultural events. And that takes over the course of, like, 3 weeks.
Hell yeah.
Which is always dope as shit. Yeah, it's... So, for terms of vampire, like, yeah, if you just need to have people moving in and out, like, the city kind of setting for Indianapolis can be lifted for other settings if you want.
I wonder if being a Ravnos and passing through Indianapolis is easier than a lot of other places.
Oh, it is!
Because of that.
That's a big chunk of it. There's also in-canon things now, which we can get to. Hurrah!
Cool. Hell yeah.
So, for World of Darkness, vampire's kind of the only real splat that I have shit for us, which is fine. From my understanding, in terms of the other splats, southern Indiana into Kentucky is where you start getting, like, big changeling bullshit, because of, that's called, like, the Duchy of Bluegrass, down that way.
Cool.
And there's just, changeling spookiness in the Appalachians and the Ozarks, and, like, it's all fucking weird. And then in the woods all around us is a fuck ton of werewolves. But Indianapolis is mostly a vampire setting, so that's what I got. Good news, we're a vampire podcast.
Whee!
Whoa.
Yay.
Hey. So, for public facing, what a lot of people know about Indianapolis outside of the city is Indianapolis worked as kind of like a fiefdom of Chicago. Until there was like a rollover of the Sabbat, and then the second Anarch revolts kind of took over the city. There are 2 princes that are noted, and I'm not saying of note, there's only 2 princes noted.
Like ever.
Yeah. Indianapolis, in terms of wad setting, was kind of like the male anglerfish on the female anglerfish of Chicago.
Gotcha.
For many years. So the 2 notes we had was Prince Jack Hansen. Jack Hansen. God, I hate this man. He's a terrible man. He was a gangrel, and he was also in the Klan. He had a habit of terrorizing and feeding upon the city's quote-unquote lesser races.
Oh my god.
And he was only prince for 3 months because he was a messy bitch, and an archon went, no, stop it.
Good job.
So, yeah, fuck that guy. According to the text, he left behind 1 childer who wishes to remain anonymous.
I mean...
Can't blame him.
Probably smart, yeah.
There's also Prince McTiernan. There's no first name given for this character. Just Prince McTiernan of Indianapolis. I don't know what clan they are. Was not given in the text.
Huh, great.
But apparently they had enough clout to be in a meeting with Queen Anne of London and Prince Vion of Paris. They were in the same room together having a meeting.
Huh.
But
Okay.
but he was Prince of Indianapolis around the 2000s.
Huh.
Or in the 2000s.
Interesting.
So timeline was like, yeah, it's a camp city, whatever, but it seems the city just could not maintain holding a prince for any length of time.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a rollover of the spot, and now the Anarchs. What actually happened was, oops, secret Setites the whole time. Ah, got him. So, the major player for this is a one Melvin Ramsey.
Okay.
Melvin.
Melvin is a follower of Set and was the singular vampire within the city when it was founded in 1818.
Oh, wow.
And he thought the city's location had deep significance. Because religion. So what is cited in the book is the city's like in the exact center of the state, and it'll be like the heart of the state, and weird spooky occultic shit. To add on to that, peripherally, the mean population center of the United States between the 1890s and 1940s was in Indiana. We're also referred to as the heartland of America.
Right.
The center point of downtown Indianapolis is the Soldiers and Sailors Monument, which is just a big old obelisk.
Yeah.
With a victory statue on top. It's a cool statue, but I'm like, bruh. And then if you go to the World's War memorials, there's also more obelisks and sphinxes and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And the World's War memorial is based off of like an ancient Greek mausoleum, like Acropolis design.
It looks cool as hell.
It looks dope as hell. And then Sarah's pet theory. So back to Alexander Ralston. He was a Freemason. He's a surveyor and architect who designed not only downtown Indianapolis, he designed Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. has been run for decades and is under the control of Marcus Vitel of Clan La Sombra and major meta plot fuckery fame. I doubt that having done D.C. first and then being sent to do Indianapolis in terms of WAD plot was not insignificant.
Yeah.
Marcus Vitel, what are you doing? The fuck is this? Have fun scaring your players with that.
He's not gonna tell.
Have fun using that to scare your players. I do. It's great because they go, what? No, I don't want that.
Too late.
But Alexander Ralston is buried at Crown Hill Cemetery in Indianapolis, so you can also use that as a plot point for reasons.
We should go hunt him down.
Should we just T-pose on his grave?
I mean...
to establish dominance?
Or at the very least, hard style.
Hard style would be good.
Yeah.
So, continuing on with our old boy Melvin. Princes waxed and waned, clans came in and out. There was some note of, because of the Gilded Age with the industry and the automotive stuff, like ventures started to kind of settle in and then kind of fucked off. Cameron and Sabat floated in and out. Quote unquote, Father Ramsey remained.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he just did the like, I'm just over here, man. Just vibing, minding my own business. While he was, like, secretly running everything in the background.
Hell yeah. Good job, guy.
Yeah. So, the Setite hold on Indianapolis helped to give some semblance of structure. The text is a bit vague, but apparently when the Sabat rolled over through Indianapolis and took it over, not long after that, they got nuked from orbit by the Second Inquisition like the Sabat did in Detroit.
Whoops.
And, Melvin's just like, I'm gonna hang back. I'm gonna let that cook. Yes.
I'm leaning back.
You're leaning back? Yeah.
I'm letting that cook.
Though, those vampires who joined the Church of Set, which, by the way, you can be in the Church of Set and not be a Setite.
Or even a vampire.
Yeah, we've talked about that in our Setite episode. There'll probably be deeper dives on the cults. We should probably do that.
Yeah.
But those of the Church of Set in Indianapolis specifically believe that they can seek redemption by reclaiming the city from the quote-unquote devils. It's vague on who these devils are. And instill a new glorious enlightenment in the city.
I mean, that sounds nice.
It sounds nice. It leads to problems.
Yeah.
You know. So when the Ministry and the V5 Canaan failed to join the Camarilla, because their secret meeting in Paris got blown up.
Yeah.
Melvin just finally was like, my time is now. Stepped out of the shadows and is now openly running Indianapolis as an open anarch city.
Oh, damn.
Specifically a ministry city.
Oh, damn. So he's just like, hey, you guys have been here this whole time. Go ahead and root me out.
Yeah, he pulled a whole Sam Reich. I've been here the whole time. And it's like, Melvin, what the fuck? My guy. So Indianapolis has a network of cultists and followers of Set to keep an eye on the peace. those who endanger the city are usually exiled. Melvin's weirdly chill as far as vampire leadership goes. He's like, you're fucking around? Bye.
Just get out.
Just get out.
Go somewhere else.
Yeah, you literally cannot come back here.
That is a lot nicer than beheading.
Yeah. Or the other terrible things that you could be doing.
Yeah.
Yes. This is where there's like a little bit of a hiccup though. So the traditionalists within the Church of Set find Melvin's rule of Indianapolis to be heretical, since it is said within their text that Set prohibits their own from ruling. So there may be agents of the Church of Set coming in to correct the mistakes, quote unquote.
AKA putting someone that's not one of them in charge, or killing him.
You do that what you want.
Yeah, okay.
That was one of those like plot hook things I saw and went, that's cool, chucking that in.
They're gonna They're gonna get that 5 Week of Nightmares.
No.
And they're gonna feed it to him.
Oh no.
And they're gonna change his clan.
Ooh. If that's what it does.
If that's what it does. It can, why not? Isn't it just plot hook?
Yeah, it's plot device, Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah.
The Capri Sun file, yes.
Yeah.
But kind of interesting note with the way Melvin runs Indianapolis, they have this kind of laissez-faire masquerade thing going on, where basically the masquerade is strictly enforced, but any other Camarilla-esque tradition basically is not.
So you're allowed to sire whoever you want, whenever you want. You don't have to worry about other people's like havens and whatnot. You can just kind of go where you want when you want. Huh.
Yeah, the domain structure is not strictly enforced. Childer are not beholden to their elders, kind of things. It's just like, yeah, do what you want, just don't be a dick.
Interesting.
I guess like if he's really like on it with the like, you fucked out, get out. You fucked up, get out.
Yeah.
I wonder if every Elysium, he's like 50 people are like, you, and you. All of you fucked up last month. Get out.
Well, because of the way in the book it's described, it's very like KGB-esque, where there's this network of vampire as well as ghoul and mortal like cultic spies that are just fucking everywhere. But they're all from different religions, because Melvin's like kind of also laissez-faire with letting people like, just do you have a faith? Cool. Do you not have a faith? Cool. Just don't be an asshole.
Right.
As long as they're willing to work under the rules. Like, as long as you follow the rules of the city, like, a good vibe. So it's very not uncommon for kindred from the surrounding area to escape to Indianapolis as a kind of like feeding free-for-all area.
Okay.
Because there's, like, no rules on
where who you eat.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so a lot of vampires will come to Indianapolis specifically to, like, overindulge and be fucking psychos. Because they can do it out here and then go home and try to be chill.
We are now the Vampire Vegas.
Yeah!
I like that. That's fun.
It's kind of cool. There are rumors that the Ministry does kind of purposely egg vampires from that are outsiders. They egg them on into, like, degrading their humanity and then sending them back to their home cities all fucked up.
I mean, that does sound like something the Ministry would do.
Yeah, it's like they're weaponizing people. Just like, oh, you're coming here to be a shit? All right, bet.
We'll help you.
Yeah, you wanna go down that humanity spiral? Sure. Though due to that, there is a higher rate of whites within the city compared to other locales. A lot more vampires that are just like, humanity, yeet.
Yeah.
So it's a problem.
Yeah.
But that's also part of why there's the system of the cultists around. So if somebody starts getting too out of pocket, they're like, okay, we got dirt nap.
Yeah, dirt nap.
Or weaponize them. I don't know. You just depends on how nefarious you want to run your city. It's like, oh, he's a white now. Put him in a box. We're going to ship him home. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
So, one of the few other rules is respecting the spirit is how it's referred to in the book. Vampires within the Indianapolis are not allowed to interfere with the spiritual journey of another vampire. So this goes in both directions. So you will be punished for interrupting anybody who's having an indulgent moment for like a spiritual purpose. So if somebody's getting out of hand or acting out of pocket or any of that kind of thing because they're just being a shit and they're not doing it to have a spirit, like try to have some sort of connection or disconnection with their own humanity, then you can. But if it's like wait, hold on. No, he's having a moment. Just... We're going to see if he can overcome this.
He's figuring something out.
Yeah.
He's working through something.
He's working through some demons.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
Then, yeah. But you can also be punished for if, say, there's a vampire going through the path of Golconda, and you knowingly interfere with that and cause them to, like, struggle or slip on their path. You can also be punished for that.
Huh. Okay.
Which I'm like, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Unfortunately, the more traditional ministers do tend to rebuff this, and they'll try to force their faith upon others whilst simultaneously viewing themselves as better than the other vampires. So there's like some tension between Melvin and the ministers who follow like his, ideology, and then the more traditional Setites that are just like, boo, fuck you, Snake Daddy.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's neat. There's also the rule for freedom of blood. Blood bonding is strictly prohibited within Indianapolis.
So how does the child or sire thing work? Is it like, well, I can't help but blood bind them because I just
but you
did the
can't do
thing,
it any further.
but
yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't continue the blood.
Yes.
Bind. Okay. Interesting.
There's also those who are found to have a blood bond will either be isolated until that has run its course, or you will be coerced, encouraged, given the option to drink the blood of Mayrenhor, who is known as a god in human flesh vampire whose blood has the power to break blood bonds.
What? And he's just hanging out here?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just a little guy.
He's just a dude.
Yeah.
He's not even like a Methuselah or something wild.
Well,
he's
he
just
could be a Methuselah. They don't. It's left.
I guess,
left.
yeah.
We don't know.
Wild.
He could have been here the whole time. We don't know. Just mysterious guy where they're just like, oh yeah, drink this juice. What? It'll break your blood bond. What? No, it will. Do it. Force it on you, and you're just like, wait, what?
Holy shit!
That's the opposite of what that usually does.
I hated that guy for years.
I was just like, loved that man. We hate fuck so many times. Now I have no desires. What? So yeah, blood bonding not allowed in Indianapolis. If you do it, trouble.
Yeah, okay.
If somebody finds you with one, they weirdly are like, oh, brother, sister, come here. We can help fix this problem for you. One way or another, we'll solve this problem. And then there is the process of introduction. It's not quite the same as, like, the Camarilla introduction where you have to go to Elysium and announce your presence in front of, like, Prince and Court and all that. It's just expected that when you visit Indianapolis, you need to speak to one of the two dignitaries. Just pop in, say hello.
Interesting.
Get the mea culpa to be here.
Right.
It's basically a vibe check more than anything else. They're just like, hey man, we got literally 4 rules. You gonna be good? Cool. If you need anything, feel free to reach out.
Feel free to reach out.
It's like running into a maitre d' more than anything else.
Yeah.
Or like, if you're going to a church service, I've been to some churches where there's like one person whose job it is like the greeter to be like, especially if you're new, to like get your name, get a little bit of your story, and just be like, hey, do you need anything?
Mm-hmm.
If you do, you got questions, feel free to hit me up. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
And the 2 dignitaries we have there is Keisha Phelps, who is a minister. She's kind of known as like the face of the city, so she's kind of the equivalent of a seneschal.
Okay.
Because Melvin's usually not out and about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to not give spoilers for the module. But she's an anarch, and she works well, though, with any Camarilla kindred that comes through, because she's very, like, dressed nice and is proper. She comes from, like, a Catholic background. She is part of the African-American populace here in the city, so she has that ability to work through, the various code switchings and everything when she's doing her job.
Mm-hmm.
But she's described as being extremely comforting and friendly.
Aw.
So, nothing sinister there.
No, can't be.
Not at all. And then there's Zane Morales, who is a Bruja, and he's more of what your typical anarch. But the way he functions is he's more of a monitor, so he's a little closer to that KGB kind of. He just kind of hangs out in the background, and if they kind of get the sense that your vibe would not do well with Keisha for whatever reason, Zane will show up to be like, hey brother, what's going on? Cool. All right, I'm gonna dip. I totally haven't been tapping your phone this whole time. Bye. It is noted, if you are in Indianapolis as a vampire and you do not do your introduction, you will be shunned by the local residents. This could include ghouls and just people that are in the cult that realize that have been told that you have not passed the vibe check. So there might be times, if you don't do the introductions, you go to places and suddenly, like, people will not interact with you, stores suddenly closed, you can't get fuck all.
Interesting.
And then on top of that, you may also be harassed by cultists during your stay here until you go do your introduction, which can go as far as spying, disturbing your feedings, and blackmail.
Damn.
Yeah, they will you'll keep fucking with your shit until you either get the fuck out or go say hello.
So Indianapolis is weirdly chill and then not.
Yeah, they're just like, we have 4 rules. They're very chill rules. If you cannot abide the 4 chill rules, we are going to fuck your shit up. Which kind of fits the vibe for the city.
I was about to say, that kind of feels like Indianapolis, honestly, a lot of the time.
Yeah, so, like, there's a lot of weird religious shit constantly. Like, if you get a chance to visit or, like, look at videos and stuff, there's a lot of, oh god, what are they? The Jehovah's Witnesses, where it's, like, 2 dudes with, like, a sandwich board with pamphlets that are just standing on corners. There's the dudes that I don't know what religion they are. It's usually, like, African-American dudes that are, like, dressed nice, but they have a bandolier of, like, scented oils for some fuck reason. They're usually chill as shit, though.
I didn't know that was a religious thing.
Yeah, it's a religious
I thought they were
thing.
just cologne salesmen.
No, that's a religious thing. I haven't asked what the religion thing was. It's just, I used to work at a coffee place downtown, and one of those guys would always get coffee.
Okay.
But he was chill as shit, so I just started giving him free coffee. Just because I generally hold the rule of, if I'm working a shop, like a food shop, and there's a regular who I can tell other people in the community, like, look to that guy for respect, I give that guy free shit. Because I don't want people to fuck with me on my shift. It's kind of the Uno reverse of giving cops free coffee.
There you go.
I was just like, I don't want to get fucked with. That guy seems like a cool guy that's in charge, that people respect in the community, and you get free coffee and pastries. Hopefully the word will get out to leave me the fuck alone.
You just gotta be careful you don't get the opposite.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard she gives us free coffee.
I was like, I give him free coffee. I never had any problems. Like, I would give free coffees to, like, homeless folks occasionally. Like, especially when it was, like, I could tell, 1, either they really super needed it, or 2, it was burgeoning on the housed people in the shop being fucking dickheads, and I was trying to diffuse the situation. So I would make a coffee and grab a pastry and walk it over to the houseless person and be like, hey, man, you can have this. I don't give a fuck. Those guys are gonna make me call the cops, and I don't want you in trouble, so, like...
You should go.
Take your exit now.
Yeah.
Like, you're chill, you're not doing anything wrong, they're dickheads. I'm just trying to maintain the peace. Can you be cool?
Right.
Here's a cheese Danish.
Yum.
I'm trying, man. Yeah, there's also, in Indy, we have, in the macro politics, a lot of religious think tanks come to our state to, like, host shit and then test things in our state.
True.
Drives me insane. I fucking hate it. Just get the fuck... I don't know. It drives me bananas because I live in Indy, so I'm used to our demographics, and just, like, we're a very black and brown and queer city, and then the rest of the state fucking isn't. So things happen, and I go, what? Why? But, yeah, as far as, like, WAD goes, there's not a whole lot of material. I would dig into things more, but I don't want to spoil the module that's in Let the Streets Run Red. It's a good bit, and it ties into stuff with Milwaukee as well, if you ever want to dig into Milwaukee. But there's a lot of really cool things that happen in Indianapolis for WAD that I think would carry over into other cities and things. And I think the structure for this ministry city is a really cool way to run an anarch city. Since there's a lot of folks that are like, I don't know how to run an anarch city. There's not a standard, like, stat block or hierarchical setting like you would with the Camarilla, where there's like, there's a prince and a court and da-da-da and da-da-da. I know how to build this as a storyteller. There's not been a lot of pre-gen stuff from the WAD canon for 5th Ed for the Anarchs to be like, how the fuck do I run this? What? So here's a whole option. It is religious based because of the ministry, but
yeah.
I'm like, it's fairly chill as far as, like, game goes. And hell, if you want to use this to, like, weaponize whites,
that'll do it.
yeah. And there's also the Union Station that is run by the Malkavians, which apparently is a secret Malkavian maze / H.H. Holmes murder mansion.
Where?
The Union Station?
Really?
In the canon? Yeah.
Cool.
Also, you know what's canon in the book now? Melodian.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, our shitty,
Mel.
our shitty punk dive bar. One of them.
The place that has the, what is it? It's an antler chandelier that has like 1.5 inches of dust on the top of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, if you look closely at the air while bands are playing, you can see dust particles.
Yeah.
Or bunnies. Or just whole chunks.
I mean, I do like the Mel. I haven't gone in a long time just because, like, I've been busy as shit. But if you kind of want to get a vibe or an understanding of the place, if you're not going to come to Indianapolis, the Melody Inn does host live streams of the bands who come and play on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
So if you Google that stuff, you can find those. And I'm like, that's fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think there's a couple of those tapes that you can see me in it. Because I'm an asshole.
So go watch all of them.
Yeah.
Every single one. And then when you find the one that, one of us is in, you just screenshot it and put it in our Discord.
Ayo. But yeah, the Melody Inn apparently is like, they set it up in the book to have some weird implications for things where it could be spooky occultic shit, it could be fae shit, it could be hunters, who knows?
Okay.
They left it pretty open, which is cool.
Yeah.
But also I'm like, I have gone to a couple of World of Darkness servers, but like, hi, I'm from Indianapolis. I'm excited about this because, my city's canon now. I go to the Melody Inn. Here's the chuckle fucks who run the bar, and it's the nights where they've all been wearing inflatable dinosaur suits.
Nice.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it's like, hi guys, I'm here to ruin your sexy, cool vampire bar with inflatable dinosaur suits. This is what actually happens here. Kind of circles back around to the Wienermobile race, where I'm just like, spooky, horror things are happening. Wienermobiles.
Yeah.
Just like, we're a deeply unserious place.
The Mill has cool concerts. I don't know if it would be the spot I'd pick to make the cool vampire bar.
No.
What would you pick as the cool vampire bar? What would you guys pick? It's hard because
I would have picked
really
the
go to
Alley Cat, but the way they've redone it now as a weird hipster bar, I'm like, fuck no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a guy get stabbed at the Alley Cat. So back in the day, definitely the Alley Cat.
Oh yeah, I saw a guy get his head smashed through a car window at the Alley
I think
Cat.
we were there together. I won't say.
Was that the night we all went because we walked from our house?
It was my birthday. I don't think you were there that time.
No, I wasn't that time.
No.
It was me, Hunter,
Tuna, I think?
Tuna was the original walk, and then we met up with people.
Yeah, I did the walk with friend Tuna.
It was the night that the sperm whale mug became an artifact of my life because I bring spaghetti and then I made Hunter carry it the whole night.
Yeah, no, I was there. I left early because my bones were spicy.
It's okay. I was on a lot of acid. I think I probably forgot it.
Yeah, that's why.
With spaghetti.
Yeah, that's why I walked with you guys up to the bar because everybody except me was on a drug, and I was like, I need to make sure they're safe. But I have an autoimmune disorder, and we walked too much after me working a full day. So by the time we got to the bar, I was just like, everything. I can feel every tendon in my body. I need to leave. This sucks. So I got to ride back. So I abandoned you guys, and then somebody got stabbed.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't the stabbing night. That was the night a skinhead got in a fight with a guy and shoved his head through a window.
That's what it was. Yeah. Okay.
The guy was dressed like a sailor. It was really confusing to see on hallucinogens.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But I would say old school Alley Cat when it was actually still in an alley.
Yeah.
That era, definitely that would be the cool vampire bar.
I think cool vampire bar now would be, I know that they're on the south side and around Irvington. I know there's more bars and venues that are more catering to the hip hop community here. I think that's more where I would put that.
Yeah. Either Fountain Square.
Maybe.
Or
I could almost see it at the Patron Saint. Except they have the top section now. The old, when they first had it when it was just the basement.
Yeah.
I could see that.
There's been a lot of gentrifications since COVID. So a lot of places I would have picked originally shut down because of COVID or have been gentrified to fuck now. And I'm just kind of like, it's weird. And I'm not as involved in the hip-hop scene in Indy. I was for a little bit because I worked at a women's clothing store and I did a lot of fashion consulting for ladies involved in that scene as well as some drag queens. But I haven't worked that job in a long time. So all those girls either stopped doing that or got married and, became house moms, which, good for them. But yeah, it's just, there is some canon stuff in the book set up for vampire bars that don't exist in our world but exist in the game. I'm not gonna spoiler those because it's in the module and the module's new-ish. I've been trying to not spoil modules for y'all for the newish stuff. For the old shit, I don't care. I'm that's been out for 30 years. Fuck you. Yeah, that's what I say. It's a confusing pile of mess and things changing. You go, what? And every time you're oh, something sinister and spooky is here, and then something fucking silly happens, and you're like, what? Why?
Yeah.
Fucking neighborhood that I live in that's right next to a place where H.H. Holmes owned property.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like, oh, spooky place where a famous serial killer owned houses and may have done murders here. And then there's like kindergarten Halloween bullshit right next to it.
Yep. I have a couple friends who live on half of the property that H.H. Holmes owned.
Yeah.
It's spooky.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
Yep. It's spooky. And then you're totally right. During the Halloween festival, they have children paint the windows of the entire main strip.
Yeah.
It's like...
it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, there's been loads of, like, weird crime things that have happened. Like, one of the most famous ones is, like, John Dillinger's from here, buried here, and crimes. There's, like, bars that were, like, used as speakeasies by Al Capone and shit, because they were running fucking moonshine from Kentucky up to Chicago, and weird shit, and now it's a place where I can get a fucking pork tenderloin. Yay!
If you can get a tenderloin, it's okay with me.
Yep.
Hey, yo! So...
We have a very unique tenderloin here, too, if you ever have someone who has the eat food merit. They can really flex on their fellow peeps by eating a whole ass tenderloin.
So, folks that don't know,
A real Indiana.
a pork tenderloin is just a fucking schnitzel on a bun with some, like, veggies and condiments.
It's more than that.
But
it's more than that.
Here's the thing. The fucked up Indiana pork tenderloin, they smash the fuck out of it, so it's like the size of a goddamn plate. So, but they don't make the bun bigger, so it's a normal bun with this, like, UFO saucer pork tenderloin round thing around. It's fucking silly.
I love it. It's so good.
Depends on the restaurant you go to.
Yeah.
Some local places do them. They look more like a fried chicken sandwich where they're not really smashed out. They're like thicker. It really depends where you go. The traditional state fair one does look like a roadmap of a state. It's so thin and wide because it's been literally hammered flat. Yeah. But you can get ones that are literally just like a fried pork sandwich, basically.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I count a proper Indiana pork tenderloin if that bitch does look like a 1950s UFO, like, flying saucer of a sandwich.
Yeah.
There is a restaurant downtown that actually hammers them into the shape of a bowl and then serves stew in it. So it's like a bread bowl, but it's a tenderloin
Honestly,
bowl.
that sounds so fucking good. We need to go there.
What the fuck?
I'll eat it. Let's try.
My God.
I mean, what kind of stew? Oh,
God.
All right.
You're just hungry.
Yeah.
That's some fucking silly shit. If anybody wants to DM us about or DM us, but like ping us in the community Discord about Indianapolis things for your WAD setting, we're happy to do that. I'm saving Sarah's spooky Indianapolis crime horrors walking tour for when we hit the Patreon goal to do the Indianapolis through WAD video.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of crimes where you go, oh no.
Yeah.
There you go. I'll post a picture of this in the patron chat.
Just the pork tenderloin bowl?
No, the stew bowl.
The stew
but apparently
bowl.
it's like a brown onion soup.
Ooh.
Okay, that sounds good. Oh, God.
Almost like a French onion kind of thing?
Yeah.
I'm so fucking down for that.
But in a big
Dude.
tenderloin bowl.
So
Oh my God.
I want it.
Yeah,
I
I think
bad.
the overall vibe for Indianapolis in terms of WAD, I would say if you want to run Chicago by night, but you want to do it through the lens of David Lynch, I think is the best way to explain it. Because like with the cultic shit going off the Ministry, it gets kind of firewalk with me in a way with it. If that's a tone you're kind of interested in.
I haven't still haven't seen Firewalk.
How the fuck have you not?
I still haven't seen Twin Peaks. You guys know this. I've watched the first 3 episodes literally like 8 times, and I just get so fucking bored because the first 3 episodes are so fucking boring. It's
John, just skip the first 3 episodes
smoking
now.
Cigarettes and talking to coffee. Like
yes, it's important.
God, it's so bad. It's not bad. No, it's not bad. I just cannot sit through it.
You just have the ADHD. But yeah, did you lads have any other final thoughts on Indianapolis as a location for WAD? Because I've run game for you in our city.
I think that like one thing that I wish they might have put in the as canon, or at least as a thing, is our canal has like a really great walk path.
Yes.
And is like very used by the city. It is like, I mean, almost all times of night there are people walking around or hanging out on it.
It's pretty safe. I wouldn't be alone, but like,
Yeah.
in college, me and my friends did a lot of incredibly high wanders down the canal, and no one bothered us ever.
And if you need an impromptu feeding scene around the canals, there's also a bunch of really big Pokestops for Pokemon Go.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always nerds there with their little fucking phones trying to catch a Snorlax that doesn't exist.
The canal's so wide too, people literally, when it freezes over, drive on it every year because they think it's a road. It's so wide.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking,
it's hilarious.
there's loads of TikToks because it happened like twice this past year. Somebody just drove on the frozen canal, and we're all like, "Baby girl, no!"
I'm still so confused how you get there.
I don't know how you get there though. I'm like,
There's got to be an entrance that lines up.
I guess, but I'm just like, where are you driving your car that you're like off the road, like down? Because you have to go down a little bit to get to the walkway for the canal, let alone getting into the canal, because there is like, it's a fucking canal, so there's a gap between the sidewalk and like where the water is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, girly pop, how did you get here? Like, you had to do this on purpose, right? And they're always like, no, I got lost. And I'm like, how? I'm gonna blame the Malkavians. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, that's wild, dog.
That's it.
Because I've gotten bored, and you can rent like kayaks when the weather's good, or like fuck up a fucking.
Oh, they don't have the
and down.
kayaks anymore. I don't think
don't?
it's all
Damn.
fucking swan paddle boats.
Lame. Because
Yeah.
I liked the kayaks, because if you go down the canals far enough, there's like apartments that are along the canal.
Mm-hmm.
And during the summer, I guess because I have that round mischievous face, people that are like hanging out at the apartments would just give me alcohol. Because they're like, hey, you seem cool. And I'm like, I guess. And I'm like, are you guys having a party? And they're like, yeah. And they just would throw a beer at me. And I'm like, okay, free beer, I guess.
Yay.
That was worth the $15 for the kayak, I guess.
That's another cool thing about Indianapolis. We have no open container laws.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just walk around
Thanks,
with the
Super
beer.
Bowl.
Thanks, Super Bowl.
Well, they didn't even change that for the Super Bowl.
Really?
So when they were setting up the Super Bowl village, they were trying to figure out what the actual law was, and that's when they realized that they never had an open container law on record.
That's so funny.
So anyone who'd been arrested for it, there was a period where people were like, haha, I'm free now.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Although they can still get you for public intox. So,
yeah,
you know.
don't be a dumb fuck. I should have put this on the thing. I didn't think about it until just now. So, because we were a major transport hub, because what would happen is all the trains from the East Coast would converge to us and then spring back out to go westward. We were a gigantic hub for the circus community.
Yeah, there's 2 big circus museums in the state. They're not in Indianapolis, but they're in the state.
Yeah. But
Peru, Indiana is like
yeah,
the place to be trained by circus.
yeah, that's like that is the clown college capital, honk shoe. But because of that, there's a lot of weird laws about like animal husbandry revolving circus animals. And, like, where you can put them and where you can hitch a giraffe and all sorts of other shit, which means somebody in ye olde times fucked around with a giraffe enough that people went, okay, we gotta get the legislature together and pass a law. This is getting insane.
It's quite literally a circus town. So
Quite literally. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a fucking silly place. Like I said, it's Chicago by night, but through a David Lynch filter.
It's almost goofier than that.
It's almost goofier. I mean, David Lynch has done some kind of silly shit.
Absolutely, but I feel like there's just so many weird little Indiana facts that, like, people like, that's stupid. There's no way that's true.
Okay, maybe, I didn't want to bring him up because he's one of my favorite directors and it may be too much. Chicago by Night, but through the lens of Werner Herzog?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm serious, guys. If you get a chance to go through Werner Herzog catalog, some of it is like very deeply serious, profound. Some of it's like, you know, documentaries and things. And then some of it you go like, this man was on drugs. No, he was stone sober.
Oh yeah, he doesn't do anything.
He's just a weird guy.
Yep.
He's just a weird dude that has a deep hate of chickens. And when he found out one of his like bestest friends, who was like this little old lady, was gonna die, he decided he had to walk from, like, Germany to Paris to go make sure she was okay. And he had a journal for when he did this trip. And he documented this 500-mile walk, and it's a novel. You can buy it now. But it's insane the amount of times this man was just like, I was walking, I am deeply tired, I have broken into this person's house, because there's just all these summer homes that people weren't staying in. So when he was like, I'm tired of sleeping outside, he would just break into somebody's house and take their food and just keep walking. Hell
yeah.
Because he deeply loved his best friend, this little old lady. And this is is a deeply unserious man.
Love
But
it.
he's also deeply serious about being unserious. Which, have I given the warning about Werner Herzog's Nosferatu? I feel like I have. Werner Herzog did his own rendition of Nosferatu in the 1970s. It's really good. A lot of the stuff for the Robert Eggers Nosferatu does pull from that film as well.
Real corpses.
Real corpses during the intro section, so if you just want to skip the opening credits, if you don't want to look at real corpses, which, by the way, Werner Herzog filmed those by bribing a guard.
I thought he broke into them.
He did.
Okay.
That
He
is-
basically gave the guards cigarettes and liquor, and then they all just broke in and filmed in there.
Yeah. Yeah, Werner Herzog started his film career by stealing cameras from a local university.
The man just likes to break into things, I think.
He just likes small crime.
I do have some other Indiana facts.
Ooh,
real
what you got,
quick.
man?
These are from visitindiana.com.
Ooh.
But this one is actually really cool. I forgot and more weird shit about Indiana.
Mhm.
But did you know that Santa Claus lives here?
What?
Santa Claus, Indiana.
Because we have the town of Santa Claus, Indiana, and they actually receive over 500,000 letters addressed to Santa every year. They get mailed there.
That's kind of cute.
Get fucked.
And there is an entire Santa Claus themed amusement park there.
Okay, I've been to Holiday World several times. There's a section that is Christmas.
Oh, but there's another theme park
There's
that
another
people
one?
don't go to. That's like a weird
What?
tourist trap that's like all Santa Claus.
I've
go.
been in this country for like 20 years. I've been to Santa Claus, Indiana more than once. What do you mean there's a Santa Claus only theme park?
Let's go.
What the fuck? I will say
That's a Malkavian.
I will say Holiday World actually
Kind of
pretty
slaps.
pretty chill.
Do
of
they
a
still
theme
do
park.
free soda?
I believe they still do free soda, and they also do free sunscreen at the water park.
Nice.
Which for my ginger ass, kind of important.
Nice.
I wonder if the other one closed down.
God, that's crazy. Yeah, now we're just spitting Indiana facts. So
There are
Uh-huh.
remnants of an old little like theme park thing inside of Mound State Park.
yeah.
Oh, there it is. It's the Santa Claus Museum and Village.
Mm.
Okay.
So it's like I would say it's closer to like going to like a pioneer village kind of thing. It's like the historic old town
So it's
mixed with Santa shit. It's bizarre.
So it's like
but it's not a
Christmas
full
Connor
theme park.
Prairie?
Yes.
The fuck? Also, James Townsend and Son, I guess, lives in our area because he does his show at Connor Prairie.
Oh.
So if you like historical food shit and, history binding things and stuff, that's a cool channel. It's also a good resource. They have some episodes about like historical letter writing and clothing and travel, and if you like vampire, and especially with the In Memoriam book out now and you want to run old shit, that's a fantastic resource.
Ah.
Do you know what else would be a cool vampire bar?
What?
Slippery Noodle.
Slippery Noodle.
Oh, because it's been
Specif-
around for fucking ever.
Specifically, it's the bar that Al Brady and John Dillinger used to hang out at when they were in town.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah,
been
yeah.
like a crime bar for a long time.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of a nice bar now.
yeah,
don't-
don't get us wrong.
It's fancier than I usually like to splurge for, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forget about that bar, and then Gen Con happens, and people are like, we're going to Slippery Noodle. And I'm like, what? Oh, yeah, duh. I forgot about that place, because I don't go downtown.
Yep.
For other fun references for Indianapolis, Doug Jones is from here.
Wait, really?
Yes! He went to high school at one of the Catholic schools here.
Cool.
Um,
I heart Doug Jones.
Yeah, he's great. I did meet him at a Christian musical fest I got tricked into going to in the middle of the woods.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, Cornerstone. Yeah, they had a movie tent, and the last day of the fest they had a showing of Hellboy 2, and they're like, Doug Jones is there, and I was like, bullshit. So I went, and then lo and behold, Doug Jones was there,
Wild.
and that's when I found out he's from Indianapolis.
Huh.
And he also talked about like how his faith affects or doesn't affect his like acting career. And he was like, no, everybody's super supportive of me being Christian, and I also think like Hellboy and other dark media is actually good and can work very comfortably within like Christian philosophies, and yeah, he was
cool.
super chill. And then when he was done with the Q&A, he got out of his little seat, sat in the audience, and watched Hellboy 2 with us.
Hell yeah.
And I'm just like, this is so wholesome. This man is fucking treasure. I will kill people for Doug Jones. I'm just like, no, he's precious baby. The skinny, lanky man. Yes.
Love
And he's also in What We Do in the Shadows, so he just kind of circles back around into vampire again. So I'm like, yes, good. Who else is, I'm trying to think. Kurt Vonnegut, also from Indianapolis.
Oh, yeah.
And
Jim Davis.
Jim Davis.
Garfield Man.
He's from, like, technically he's from, like, just south of Indianapolis.
He's from the state.
But if you also want to have some high strangeness...
We have a park named after.
Not only do we have a park named after Garfield, yes, the cat. Not the president, the cat.
Yeah.
The entire archive for the Garfield comics is in the Indianapolis Downtown Library.
Mm-hmm.
And, Quincy, I'm trying to remember, Quincy Reviews, YouTuber. Very, very tism-coated man. Super into Garfield. He came to Jim Davis's, like, hometown that's, like, just south of Indy to, find, because he was talking to a librarian down there, being like, oh, hey, do you guys have any, like, Jim Davis merch down there, or memorabilia? And this librarian went through the library archives and found, like, lost Garfield comics.
Wow.
And then now those comics are now being archived in the Indianapolis Downtown Library.
Neat.
So if you want to have a Eldritch Garfield, I'm here for you, John. Like, fucking just wild shit, or just, like, haunting Garfield statues just around for your WAD game, yeah, you can do that.
Yep.
That's canon, technically.
Yep.
Do you want to hypnotize a chicken? Like, I feel like running WAD in our city is so unserious at times, depending on how you want to do it. Because it's like, what? What do you mean? The Garfield guy's from here. What? The fuck? Okay. Also, Brendan Fraser was born here? He didn't grow up here, but he was born here. So I'm like, hey, another wholesome... We produce wholesome guys.
Looks over at Jim Jones. Yeah!
Yeah, I think Jim Jones took... Well, he was not technically from here. He just came here and did fucked up shit and left.
That's fair. Yeah, that's
and
fair.
Belle Guinness.
Oh, yeah, Belle Gunness! Fuck!
Belle Gunness, that's
Yeah! She was just outside. Yeah.
Oh, this is a fact I found that'll make Sarah mad.
What?
On Wikipedia, in 1897, the state Congress tried to legally round pi to 3.2.
Why did they have time for that? What year was it?
1897. That was like cutting edge science back then.
Girl, that is so deeply unserious. What do you mean? Okay, for terms of WAD, I like to think there's secretly just a beef between the Malkavians and the Ministry.
Yes.
Where the Malkavians are just like, you know what'd be really funny? What if we just demented these guys into thinking they can round pi?
What a prank.
It would be really funny. And just like, what? But Melvin's such a chill guy. He's like, yeah, let it cook. Let's see what happens. They're working through something.
They're working through something. This is for spiritual growth.
I think.
They're like, yeah, totally is.
Imagine trying to prank a guy who's just deeply unbothered. This man is moisturized. He's in his lane. And they just are like, we can't prank him. We've
been trying for decades.
Put another Garfield statue out. Will it do anything? No. There could be, a cult of just Garfield worshippers.
Dude.
That'd be horrifying.
A vampire cult of Garfield worshippers?
It's just an offshoot of the Church of Set because, the ancient Egyptians fucking love cats.
It's true.
Oh, no.
Oh, here's some more Indiana people.
Uh-huh.
So apparently Dean Norris, Vivica A. Fox, and Axl Rose are all from Indiana as well.
Boo, Axl Rose. But Vivica A. Fox, hell yeah. I was saving Michael Jackson for when we do Gary.
I didn't even say Michael Jackson.
I was just saying, if you're going through the list, I know people on the internet are screaming, but Michael Jackson, I'm saving him for Gary.
Gary
will be on the list.
Indiana.
I got bad news for John. We gotta change our weekend plans.
Why?
It's illegal to teach a monkey to smoke a cigarette.
Wait, what? Why?
When did that?
It used to
That's
be
another
circus
fucking
city.
circus law.
Yeah.
That's another circus law. How many monkeys were smoking cigarettes to the point that it was a nuisance enough that we had to put it in the books?
Because the monkeys were stealing cigarettes.
Yeah, they didn't
from
have
people.
money to buy them, so they kept snatching them. And then someone's like, "I'm going to the legislature."
I just look. The price of cigarettes are just astronomical. I'm paying 10 cents a pack, and these monkeys
They keep stealing them.
I can't keep losing my dimes like that.
What do they think? These packs are a dime a dozen? No! They're a dime for one! Fucking hell.
How many cigarettes do you get in a pack? I didn't think it was a dozen. I thought it was like...
It's like 20.
20? Okay.
Look, they're trying to round pie. That doesn't... They're
I'm
not
sorry.
good at
we
math
gotta...
here.
Hunter, do you got
We
anything
should
else?
leave.
We should leave. Do you got anything else fun to share?
There was that Netflix documentary about the OBGYN who impregnated a bunch of his patients.
Yeah, okay.
That happened here.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah. So there was a fertility clinic where there was a
Mhm.
doctor that just got in his head where he's like, "What if I come in all the cups?" And then the due to the magic of 23andMe.
Oh yeah, it's called Our Father.
Yeah, I've seen that documentary. There's a whole section at the end of it where a bunch of the kids convince him to come to a sit-down table meeting for the documentary to confront him about what the fuck's going on, and this guy is insane.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, considering this guy was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come in all these cups." Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, no.
It's just like, bruh. It's a deeply infuriating film.
There's a lot of very, 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 very infuriating and sad things that have happened in this city.
Yeah.
Like that one lady who was trapped in the house for like her entire life. What's her name? There was just a little girl.
Yeah,
Like-
and then this like alcoholic mom was like, "Hey kids, I'll give you a nickel if you hit her."
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a horror film about that, and I've seen that film. I can't remember the name of it, but it is like one of the most deeply fucked up, like, because I think it's more, it reads more fucked up to me. It did come out during like the tail end of like torture porn films, so it leaned into that a bit. But because it's based on a thing that actually happened as opposed to like completely make-em-ups, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this makes it so much more
Can we not?
It's a very well done movie considering what's going on, but like that's a hell of a sit through. I don't recommend that. Unless you're fucked up like me, then I'm like, yeah, I'll watch the sad thing by myself, sure.
If you want to watch something happier, you can always watch Hoosiers.
There you go.
About the basketball team that could.
Anyways, thanks Paralyze for the music.
Yeah,
Thanks.
If you like the work that we do and you want to give us some dollar dues, Patreon, we have that. If you donate to the Patreon, you'll be able to vote on the next location that I deep dive.
Yay!
Yay! Hunter will have that up. We also have some Patreon goals. Trying to get to the next one is $7.50 a month, where we're gonna do enamel pins for everybody who's part of the Patreon as like a thank you.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. And you're supporting of us doing this thing. There's also community Discord where you can talk to us and other people in the community and organize gameplay and talk about lore and maybe share things with your city and your city settings. That would be cool. If you want to talk to us on other social media platforms, we do have Blue Sky, Blank Bodies, TikTok, Blank Bodies Podcast, Instagram at Blank Bodies Pod. We are currently doing a pre-order of merch shirts. It is available on our Ko-Fi. The link is on, if you go to blankbodies.com, it's like literally the first link.
Click it.
Click it.
And then click a bunch of other buttons.
Yes.
Specifically the ones that make you pre-order shirts.
Yes.
Click those buttons.
Yeah, get your Thaumaturgy in potentially a limited edition color,
Mm-hmm.
depending on how you guys purchase things.
Yay.
Was there any other news, comments, concerns?
Yeah, we got a little announcement. This
Ooh.
Wednesday, we have a sister show starting out. It's called Stinky Gamer Pleasure Dome. Me and my good friend John, not this John,
Different
Not
job.
me.
different John. It's kind of like a book club, but with video games. So every other week, bi-weekly, we're gonna announce a new game, and we're gonna focus on like the first 2 hours of the game, and then we're gonna talk about it on the show. And you can
Ayo.
play along with us, and we're gonna have a channel in our Blank Body server for game discussion. So first episode's coming out. We're gonna introduce ourselves a little bit and announce the first game, and to get myself up to speed editing videos, there'll be the YouTube version is going to be over footage of whatever game we're talking about, so you can watch some gameplay while we talk
Ayo.
about it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
That sounds fun.
yeah, it should be a good time.
Ba-da-da-da.
So come, join them in the Stinky Gamer Pleasure Dome.
You can come at your own speed.
Yeah, but you have to do it in the Stinky Gamer Pleasure Dome.
Yeah,
No.
Too late. Is it time to go?
Is
yeah, I
it?
guess so.
Oh.
I guess
We're leaving.
You can. We are leaving. You can come now.
All right.
See you in the dome.
See you in the dome.